So here we begin our first trip of the season on board the ferry, heading for Port Coquitlam to pick up the trailer. I'm going to have to spend the night there and then drive over to North Vancouver with the empty trailer to get it loaded with rice, and then we're going to be heading for Edmonton. And from what I've seen on the Weather Channel, Blue River is in really bad shape, so I'll just have to play it by ear, and I'll do these little clips bit by bit. Yeah, so here's where I spent the night. It's in Surrey, just before you go across the Golden Ears Bridge, and this is the Volvo dealership, and I just spent another 300 and some odd bucks getting some work done. My alternator belt broke, and I was having all kinds of computer issues as well, so I'll just keep putting up little bits. Check that out for having a pile of Volvos. They're everywhere.
Wait, station ahead.
Anyway, here we are again. Volvos as far as the eye can see. Well, here we are climbing up the Coquitlam, and the road is really in good shape. There's no snow on it whatsoever. There's certainly lots around and up in the hills and so on. And here's the really bad news: is I'm hauling 60,000 pounds of rice. There's my readout for miles per gallon that I'm burning right now, or average. My average is 3.4 miles per gallon climbing the Coke, and I fueled up in Chilliwack, so that's when I reset it. So my average from Chilliwack when I refueled is 3.4 miles per gallon. That's per US gallon. Anyway, it's starting to drizzle here. It hasn't turned to snow yet. Well, there's been lots around. So I'll just keep updating as I travel along here, and hopefully when I start going down the other side, I can pick up some of that fuel mileage I've lost. Well, here we are, still on the Coke, going through the tunnel in Fox Canyon. And it's been a bit foggy, but really not that bad. It's just crazy that with this heavy load, I'm only, there's a big bump there. I'm only doing it's a car accident or a truck accident. Or a little of each, who knows. Sitting in Edmonton at the Flying J, waiting to go over at 1 o'clock in the morning and pick up my load, or drop off my load of rice. As you can see, it's absolutely just stunning out here. Just a beautiful view of snow and trucks, and well, we have garbage cans there, which I used. And if I scan all the way around, we've got Denny's restaurant in the background, which is always attached to Flying J, and there's just trucks all around. Real shortage of parking spots. I got snugged into one here that's well, it was a bit tight, but there's, you know, to let the other guys out. So anyway, I'm going to listen to the radio here for a wee bit and have a little snooze, then get up around midnight and drive over to Loblaws drop my load of rice, drop the trailer there, and of course then I gotta park out in the parking or out in the street and then come back in to get the trailer, and then I'm gonna head to Calgary. So anyway, it's been a fun trip so far. Costly trip. I kind of get a kick out of that one sign there. Just let me figure out how to zoom in on that. There we are. Truck wash. Don't think he'll be doing a lot of business right about now. Anyway, something new happens, I'll put it up.
7-7.
Yeah, that was two 53-foot trailers in tandem, just outside of Edmonton, in the same area as Loblaws where I'm sitting right now. I haven't given an update on here, but I got it into the loading dock last night on time. They gave me loading dock number 25. Got back out to my truck just in time to watch another guy backing into my loading dock 25, so then I had to walk back in and get another loading dock. Finally they gave me one. I get in the dock, and it was quite a smozzle last night because it was really cold and windy, and the snow was coming down pretty heavy. So I get into the dock, and I can't get my fifth wheel to release. And I had another guy give me a hand. He had actually a fifth wheel puller, and it's frozen solid, so there's no way it would release. So now I'm sitting on the side of the road here, just down from Loblaws. I've been sitting here since about 3:30 this morning. And of course I got a call into CDI and waiting for them to give me some direction as to what I'm going to do, because the fifth wheel is still frozen on there. And I can get somebody, a remote service truck, to come out and do something about it, like heat it or whatever. But that's not going to do me any good, because getting it to release now is too late. And then the next problem is that Loblaws doesn't receive on Fridays. Of course, I'm sitting here on Friday. So the last I heard from CDI was they're thinking about keeping me here till Sunday, because Loblaws does receive on Sunday. So that means I'll have to go down to, I guess, the Flying J, and then try and get a remote service truck to come out, and we'll unhook the trailer, get him to unhook the trailer, release on the fifth wheel, and then try and figure out how to thaw it out and keep it thawed out so I can actually make the delivery on Sunday. So it looks like I'm going to be just sitting here enjoying the snow and the cold weather. Anyway, I'll update later. Here we are, just past Penhold, and heading towards Calgary. I was lucky to get my fifth wheel released in Edmonton. So now I'm going to go down to Calgary and bobtailing, and I'm going to pick up the trailer tonight. I
was on TV. I was such a sports fan. I don't.
Yeah, I never like to miss any police action. We got one female cop one side and male cop on the other. And I have no idea what it's about. I'm just sitting here at the Flying J. So I'm just going to record the action. I can probably edit it out later, whatever. But the one cop that's at the driver's side, I can tell you he's one big dude. Oh, and wearing sunglasses too. Cool. Now I'll go back and run the papers on the computer. So I don't know what the guy in the pickup truck did. He's by himself. And it's just a ordinary 4x4, nothing fancy. So I'm going to shut the camera off now until the cops decide to make a move or some sort. It gets a bit boring if I just leave it on here. You see, they never travel alone. We got another car that's come in here now. By the looks of it, all they did was give him a ticket. Putting a seatbelt on. Yeah, all he got was a ticket. So the cops will have a little jawing session. It was kind of neat how the other cop just pulls up on the boulevard there. No respect. Well, nothing new to report. I was able to drop my trailer in Kelowna, Valley View or Valley Wide. So now I'm climbing up the pass here, heading for Kamloops, and I can hardly wait until I start climbing the hills out of Kamloops and Merritt and Coquihalla, because this trailer is a tri-axle Trident trailer, but it's empty. So I'm going to be just blowing the doors off those Kenworths and Peterbilts. That's going to be fun to watch. Not really fun to watch, definitely an accident. The wrecker just went by on the right-hand side here, so hopefully it's not that far up ahead so we can get past it and get over to Poco and get this thing offloaded.